I'd like to welcome Stuart Ellison, who is General Manager Project Development with Saturn Metals, and Stuart's going to talk to us about the Apollo Hill Gold Project. Thanks, Stuart.
No. Thank you for the introduction. Saturn Metals was listed in 2018, so it's about 5 years old now. And through the coming slides, I'd just like to touch on the Apollo Hill deposit that Saturn have and the results of the recently released preliminary economic assessment and where we're headed to next. So where we are, we're situated a couple of hours drive north of Kalgoorlie, in the heart of the Wiluna-Norseman greenstone belt. Saturn has approximately 1,000 square kilometres of land package, which is genuinely underexplored. In a corporately competitive area, we have a central strategic position in that belt with a current resource of around 1.8 million ounces. And we're surrounded by some really good mining infrastructure like road, rail, gas pipeline, ready access to townships such as Leonora and airports. Also with a central position on the Keith-Kilkenny Shear, which is arguably one of the most productive gold trends within the goldfields area. Key takeaways from this slide here. Saturn over its journey have been able to build a strong institutional shareholder base who really believe in this project and wish to see it developed. Out of its shareholders, around 50% of its shareholdings are attributable to supportive US-based shareholders, institutions. Also, we've managed to keep a relatively tight capital base, and in terms of EV per ounce, at $11 per ounce, we could be valued as one of the best valued gold stocks you'll currently see going around. Apollo Hill, which is the project at the heart of our land package, is a large 1.8 million ounce resource which works both because of its geometry and just sheer scale. With all the ounces contained within a single massive location, it has allowed us to select a simple, large-scale open pit mining method with a low strip ratio of around 1.5 to 1. It is this bulk mining method that assists in driving down operational costs and delivering Apollo Hill as a low-cost project. Another reason the deposit works is the incredibly simple, clean and efficient metallurgy. We have seen excellent overall gold recovery at relatively coarse crush sizes without the need to undertake fine grinds. It is this at its core that drives the heap leach route, enabling low process operating costs. With low to no carbon, copper or arsenic within our ore body, we see low levels of cyanidation and low agglomeration requirements, all of which continue to drive us towards an efficient, low-cost project. Giving us even more confidence in the heap leach route that we're taking is the strong, rapid and consistent recovery results that we see regardless of grade or rock type. As you can see in this slide here, the tight banded and predictable recovery and recovery results really do drive our confidence in our scheduling and forecasting. Released in July this year, the PEA provided a strong conversion of the 1.8 million ounce resource into a 1.6 million ounce production target with a consistent tonne and grade schedule, achieving well over 100,000 ounces per annum over its 10-year mine life, whilst again maintaining that low strip ratio of 1.5 to 1. This slide here really demonstrates the sheer scale of Apollo Hill, with the ore body reaching widths of 180 metres wide, demonstrating its large scale, which in turn drives simple, cost-effective mining methodology selection. The scale of the ore body supports our direction towards large dimension mining units, which in turn allows us to draw upon the economies of scale available to us through the selection of large mining equipment to move significant volumes of material very quickly. Additionally, the size of the ore body provides us an opportunity to exploit lower than average strip ratios in the initial production years of around 1.2 to 1, keeping operational expenditure during these years low. There's a lot going on in this slide here, but the key takeaway that this is a conventional, simple heap leach process flow sheet utilising HPGR crushing technology, which is really a key element in our drive to strong recovery in this system. Heap leach, whilst not common in the West Australian gold industry, represents around 46% of gold produced across the world and is becoming more prevalent here in WA. This diagram of the Apollo Hill process layout is detailed within the PEA. We have a strong confidence in the capital costs presented, as they are based on knowledge of similar local plants recently built within the Goldfields region, so we believe the costs are current and real. The Apollo Hill plant is a 10 million tonne per annum plant, so it is a big plant designed for massive throughput. The simple large-scale mining method allows for the selection of large and efficient mining equipment and low-cost operations at $4.50 per tonne mining. When coupled with the heap leach process system at around $9.40 per tonne, some 2 to 3 times lower than a typical CIL plant, we believe Apollo Hill can be operating at around $1,850 Aussie per ounce, well below an industry benchmark of $2,000 per ounce Aussie. All of this drives some really quite exciting financial results at a sensible gold price, with a 2.8 year capital payback period and a near 400 million NPV, all with a modest capital outlay. We also see that under current market conditions, Apollo Hill presents the potential for real upside as shown in this slide. Moving forward, Apollo Hill, the strategy for Apollo Hill represents part of this concept here of a bulk mining study to be undertaken. The idea of the bulk pit is to look at rock samples and rock types that are common throughout the ore body. The area has since been grade controlled with excellent intercepts realised from surface. Test work on geotechnical work and metallurgy has been undertaken, whilst detailed financial understanding and permitting works are underway to ensure we have done our homework prior to committing. A key element of the concept is to build off the overall project capital to drive future efficiencies, minimising any future capital spend by deferring as much capital through the use of contractors and existing infrastructure in the region, such as accommodation, camps and airports. Time has also been taken to drill beneath the bulk sample concept, which may provide flexibility for future expansion. The tight space drilling has also shown strong and positive correlation to the resource model, which gives us great confidence in our resource modelling for the entire project. From a resource extension point of view, what we see here is that Apollo Hill is open in all directions, with encouraging results, especially to the north, with intercepts of 7 metres at 11 and 12 metres at 11. When looking to its operating heap leach peers across the globe, Apollo Hill stacks up on grade, scale and recovery. With some room to grow and refine the project yet to come, Apollo Hill is poised to potentially even outperform some of these peers. Beyond Apollo Hill, we have 1,000 square kilometres of prospective land package. The gold trend we have across our land package is 40 kilometres long by 20 kilometres wide, and by utilising broad space air core drilling before narrowing in on any one target, we have been able to identify 20 current prospects along the trend, and we are seeing a couple of these really starting to develop at the moment. As discussed through this presentation, Saturn's pathway to production is really three-pronged. Getting on and completing the definitive studies into the Apollo Hill project, continued work on the concept of the bulk sample, all the while maintaining an exploration focus across our large land package. There is still plenty to play out in the Apollo Hill story, and I appreciate everyone's time today.
Questions? Anyone? Excellent. There's a microphone coming just so everyone can hear. Hang on. Oh, Daniel, I think we're at the front first.
Oh, sorry.
Are the elution costs included in the 942?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you do any testing on run-of-mine leaching, so dump leaching, and what sort of recoveries and time?
Yeah, so we've undertaken column leaching at the moment, and there have been a variety of different column tests that we've taken. We've done run-of-mine columns as well as specific rock type columns. We maintain that very tight band result regardless of how we do it. Part of the concept of the bulk sample is to take that to the next step and do it at scale and see how it performs at scale.
So
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that obviously if you get good recovery performance from run-of-mine dump leaching through your column testing, then you can eliminate your capital or reduce your...
Dump leaching? No. So we are predominantly a fresh rock ore body with very low oxide, and so that ability to do dump leaching, no, we haven't.
Any other questions for Stuart? No? Thank you very much.
Thank
Cheers.
you.